Welcome back. Now, in this particular video, we're going to explore a question that some already know the answer to, or so they may think. When you look at your brother, or when you look at your husband, or when you look at your uncle, or when you look at your father, what do you see? Do you see an individual that's composed, that's stoic, that's in full control of his emotions? Or do you see an individual who has no emotions whatsoever? Well, let's get into the video and find out, because in the particular video that we're going to look at, there is a thought that may be new to a lot of you. But let's get into the video before I give it away, okay?
Name one thing we underestimate about men. I'll go first.
Men's feelings. You can see it all the time online. There's always some woman online talking about a man needs to make sure her feelings are reassured, how she needs to feel secured, how she needs to feel validated. Me. That's all you fucking hear. You never hear about a woman talking about how a man should feel reassured and validated and secured as well. Because, he's human with human emotions. A lot of y'all are fucking selfish. You don't let that man know it's okay for him to come talk to you. It's okay for him to come vent. It's okay for him to come cry. It's okay. No, because the man is afraid to come and talk to you because he's afraid that you're going to weaponize his feelings and use it against him later. A man has to sit in the car for 15 minutes because sitting in that lonely car is more safer than going home to his wife or girlfriend. But happy wife, happy life, right? Because as long as the woman is happy, that relationship is doing just fine, no matter how that man is feeling. And that, my friend, is fucked.
Wow. So in that small clip, there was a lot to unpack. But now the question was, what is something that you underestimate about men? And the sister went on to help us to appreciate that one of the things that is underestimated is our ability to feel emotions, our feelings. And I'll tell you why that is. The reason why our ability to tap into our emotions is underestimated, undervalued, is because we live in a society where men are judged on the basis of production. And the best way to be productive is to be logical, to be reasonable. Because entering into any situation with logic would dictate that your motivation is to have a good outcome. Your motivation is to come up with a solution that benefits yourself and everyone around you. That's the basis of what productivity really is. And so within that sphere, there is no room for emotion. There's no room to express how you feel about certain things, because your responsibility is simply to get things done. And so you harness all the energy that you have in order to accomplish what you need to get done. Emotions don't come into play. And so those around us, especially our female counterparts, and especially in our community, they have a tendency to forget. I'll be nice about it. They have a tendency to forget that we feel emotions also. The sister went on to make a point. She said that we're human beings and we have human feelings. And so there's not a human being on the face of the planet that doesn't feel something. Now, there may be some who have taken the liberty of constraining how they feel, or compartmentalizing how they feel so that it doesn't interfere with the things that they have to do. And I think for the most part, those individuals are the first in line to be ones who don't have their feelings taken into consideration, because you never have to deal with their feelings the majority of the time. And then she went on to make another statement I think that was powerful. Most of us as men don't share our feelings because our female counterparts then weaponize the things that we feel and use them against us. Have you ever had that to happen before? Have you ever been in a relationship where you revealed something that was very, very personal, and it took quite a bit for you to be able to put how you felt into words? Because like I mentioned, we're not used to communicating through emotion. We're used to communicating through logic. But have you ever had that to happen where you shared something that was deeply personal, and then the individual who you shared it with, maybe it was a significant other, a girlfriend, a wife, took what you said and used it later on in the conversation against you? I'm sure you have. Most of us have had that. And so that's another way of underestimating whether or not you feel. To bring something up and to hit you with something that was deeply emotional and personal to you, and then to behave as if nothing should come from it. You shouldn't be angry. You shouldn't feel anything because, hey, you don't have any feelings. And so I think this video was something that needed to be said. I think she was completely honest. And I think that really what's happening now is that there are more and more of our sisters looking across the way at us and coming to really understand who we are and the things that we need. And I appreciate that, because no matter how stoic a man you are, no matter how strong you are, no matter how composed you are, there are going to be some moments, some undeniable moments where you're going to need someone to talk to. You're going to need someone to help you cope with the situations that you're dealing with. And if it isn't your significant other or someone that you're close to, then who can you talk to? And it's necessary, because if you don't get those emotions out, then they could lead to some very detrimental effects. You could have an emotional breakdown, or in slightly lesser terms, you could explode. One day you could just let all that anger out at one time. You have an explosion. Neither one is good. Neither one is good. But it would be nice that when you express how you feel, something deeply personal to you, or just something on the surface level, if there was someone there who could take in those particular thoughts that you have and become a place of safety for you, become a place where you can come in and bear your burdens, that would be a wonderful thing. And I think more and more sisters are starting to see that's something that's needed, especially if you have a brother with you who is working hard to be the best version of himself. He's going out into the world and he's fighting a war for resources to bring those resources back so that the family is taken care of. I think that brother would deserve that. I think that man would deserve that, period. So final thoughts on the video. The video was absolutely on point. The sister made powerful points, and I think that the points that she was making were out of frustration because she understood what was needed. But she just couldn't understand why other individuals couldn't see what's needed. And I think that's it's a thing that's beginning to happen more and more often now. Individuals are starting to see that their counterparts just want to be treated just the same way that they are, with care and concern and consideration. Those are my thoughts on the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be easy.